History doesn't always leave us answers. Sometimes it only leaves us questions. Welcome to the Tamas archive. During the 19th century, British colonial officers in South India encountered a phenomenon they simply couldn't accept. Tapping a solid granite temple pillar with a finger produced the distinct resonant sound of a plucked string instrument. Convinced it was a trick, the officers suspected a mechanical device, a hollow chamber, or some hidden machine had been concealed inside the rock. To find it, they took tools to the columns and cut two of them wide open. They found nothing. No hollow spaces, no hidden mechanisms. Inside was only solid, unyielding granite. By destroying the columns, they accidentally proved the impossible. The acoustic phenomenon was a property engineered directly into the stone itself. 400 years earlier, this land belonged to the Vijayanagara Empire, one of the wealthiest realms in the 15th century world. Under the reign of King Devaraya II, and later expanded by King Krishnadevaraya, the empire constructed immense architectural works along the Tungabhadra River. The crown jewel of this era was the Vittala temple, a sprawling complex dedicated to an incarnation of the deity Vishnu. While it served as a prominent religious site, the physical structure of the temple was built to accommodate a highly specialized secondary purpose. The architects turned the temple into a colossal lithic instrument. How an ancient civilization achieved this without modern tools remains a persistent puzzle. The answer lies inside the temple's Ranga Mantapa. This spacious hall was designed specifically to host large-scale dance and music performances. The scale of the layout is staggering. The roof of the hall is supported by exactly 56 main pillars. Look closer at the geometry. Surrounding each main column is a secondary cluster of 7 slender subpillars. These clusters were not assembled or glued together from separate pieces. Every main column and its 7 surrounding subpillars were sculpted out of a single solid block of stone. Striking these solid columns produces distinct calibrated pitches. These tones correspond to SaReGaMa, the first 4 notes of the Indian classical musical scale. The pillars don't just output raw notes. Depending on where and how they are struck, they actively emulate the specific timbres of traditional Indian instruments, like the percussive strikes of a mridangam or the plucked strings of a classical veena. Through monolithic carving, the builders transformed standard structural supports into a fully calibrated interactive stone orchestra. To understand how solid rock can emulate a string instrument, physicists point to resonant frequency, the natural state at which an object vibrates to produce a clear pitch. The sculptors deliberately varied the height, thickness, weight, and size of every subpillar. This precise geometry trapped a unique resonant frequency inside each one. Modern research also points to a deliberate material selection. The granite chosen for these pillars contains specific proportions of silica and metallic elements. But there is a catch. Scientists only have hypotheses. There is currently no definitive experimental proof detailing exactly how this mineral mixture physically allows the granite to sustain acoustic resonance. The Vijayanagara sculptors didn't have physics equations or laboratory tests to guide them. Instead, they calculated the precise dimensions and selected the exact materials through generations of empirical trial and error. The Vittala temple was not an isolated anomaly. Between the 14th and 16th centuries, it represented the pinnacle of a much broader movement of acoustic architecture across South India. At the Nelliapur temple in Tirunelveli, the technique takes on a different form. Tapping a single pillar there causes an adjacent, physically separate column to vibrate and echo in sympathetic resonance. At the Airavatesvara temple in Dharasuram, the acoustics are built right into the floor. The stone steps leading up to the structure produce the 7 musical notes of the scale simply by walking upon them. These temples were part of a deliberate, highly sophisticated regional science masking as religious art, unified by a shared exacting methodology. Which leaves us with one unavoidable question. If this acoustic science was so advanced and spread across multiple temple complexes, how did the knowledge of how to build it completely disappear? When the Vijayanagara Empire ultimately fell, the master artisans were scattered or killed. Because their empirical blueprint was passed down strictly through generational knowledge with no written records, the science died with them. Today, the severed columns at Hampi stand as a monument to a modern era's frustrated ignorance. Beside them, the intact pillars remain, silently holding their perfect pitch. The architects fused advanced physics and art to teach the earth itself how to sing. We will return with another forgotten story. This is the Tamas Archive.